Hey there everyone, this is Yui. Welcome to episode 34 of All the Mods 3 Expert. Today we're gonna get into some deep mob learning, I believe. So let's get to it. Now, tier 6, man. It is a thing. What they don't tell you is you're kind of missing a step between tier 5 and tier 6 to get ready for tier 6. And yeah, so I've been creating a little checklist of stuff, and I am probably missing a ton of stuff. But I think what is going to happen is, moving forward, I'm going to focus on one little aspect. I've been putting some things in here. There's not a lot yet. But I think I'm going to make shorter episodes focusing on one aspect of these to try to just modularize it. Because it's a lot of random stuff you have to start connecting in the end. And they don't tell you all of it. Like, for example, in order to, like, this quest here is unlocked, but we can't do it. We need to get into alchemistry to do this. We can get into gendistry, which is fine, but right here, if you saw that, you need to get into deep mob learning to get to here. We can get to our core, and I think we can do the fusion crafting thing. Not that we can use it really right now. We can't do the second core because we need to get a... Well, we need two things here. We need the crafting core, and we need a tier 5? No, this one's tier 2. Tier 2 void miner. In the end, we're going to need tier 5 void miner for something down here. I don't know. So we can start doing partial things, but we're going to get stuck pretty quick. So we need to knock out some things. We need to mainly knock out deep mob learning. We need to knock out alchemistry, and then we need to do the... I wanted to get more power, so I wanted to get into fusion and fission. Not happening anytime soon. So I think it's going to be... Yeah, this one here is tier 5. Which is what we need. There's so much stuff to do. Okay, so deep mob learning. That's what we're doing today for this step of the quest. We're not quite ready for it, but to get the glitch fragments. And to get blood for our blood altar. And yeah. Now, unfortunately... Actually, let me save that recipe, because I want to use that. Because we can now. We made Draconium last time, which is in the blood altar tier 5. Jumping up to a core is trivial, I'd say. Well, yeah. It's easy. We have the means to do it. It is not necessarily cheap. We just throw this in here. Lumium, I already have automated, I believe, for something else. The plates were used in crafting. Oh, the black iron stuff. Yeah, of course. Minor details. But let's get into some deep mob learning. Okay, these recipes suck. I've looked at a few of them. They're horrible. Look at this. For the frame, or what's the machine casing? We need planet shards, advanced machine blocks, and corrupted star metal. I went ahead, I made 100 planet shards. That's about as much as I can make right now without going back and mining more cobblestone. Which is fine. I can teleport there, so it's not a big deal. But I don't have all this stuff. I use the cheap steel rods. These ones are slightly cheaper. It's 2 ingots for 4 instead of 3 ingots for 4. And it's just make a ton of recipes, I suppose. Let's see. Done, 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 done. That's all done. This one is where it sucks because I hate these stupid crushers. Mob duplicator. I don't even know if I have that stuff anymore. Nope. It doesn't matter for the crusher because it needs those stupid swords. Well, anyways, what I'm going to do is make a bunch of these recipes. We'll get one of these. Scrap is easy. See, look at this one. This one takes 2 star metal ingots. Oh, it hurts. What we're really going to need is this one, the trial keystone. We're going to need the key. And we're going to need data models. We're going to need... well, I don't know if you necessarily need the deep learner, but it definitely helps. And there are 16 of these guys. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. So there's 16 models if you want to get them all. You don't have to. I will probably make all of them and only use like 3 of them. Because, yeah. You don't really need... we're going to definitely need Ender Dragon. And it won't hurt to have a Wither, which means it won't hurt to have Wither Skeleton. And then it might not hurt to have Blaze. And while we're at it, you know, the Thermal Elemental is good. Zombie is good. Witch is okay. Ghast is good. Enderman, yeah, definitely Enderman. So at least 4 definites. Unfortunately, they're the hard ones. Oh, dang, deep mob learning. And we get into it so late. Okay, so we need... I'm just going to make all 16 of these up. Zip-covered redstone. Yeah, you're right. I forgot. Redstone. This stuff is pretty easy. Do I have a user? Oh yeah, from my failed experimentation with automating the blood altar with a sacrificial dagger. Comparator. I don't know why I don't have a recipe for these. I have an idea for this one. That. Comparator, and do I have redstone conduit stuff? This one. I think what we can do is drop this down, redstone on, we'll just run a comparator out of it. Okay, and run it back into itself. Output red. Yeah, just like that. Left click, generic click, random slot, sure. That way it doesn't break the obsidian. But if we put this in... Huh? Wait, you can't... That should have worked. Why is... You can't run a comparator out of here? Maybe it needs more. Darn. Well, there goes that idea. Well, never mind. Oh, maybe? Okay, whatever. Not working. We'll just do it the slow way. Oh, they changed it. Soot-covered redstone. Oh, it was coal. That whole time. Oh, jeez. Man, why are these things so slow? Dumb obsidian. Okay, coal. I want to try this one more time. Is it going to work? Probably not. Whatever. I don't know why the comparator doesn't work. We'll just make a bunch of these. Don't know how many. Stack. A little extra. Good enough. Give me that. Failed experiment. I really thought that would have worked. Okay. What were we doing? I totally forget now. Oh, that's right. We need the models. I guess that's 16 of those. Let that go. We need one of these. What are we missing? Gold coil. Or this? Or this? So many recipes. Okay, make one of those. Give me one of these for now. And then let's see here. So let's go with zombie is the easiest. No doubt. Let's do zombie. We'll do a skeleton. An enderman. Reaper. Sure, whatever. A spider. Make another one of these. A witch in case we find one, sure. Wither skeleton, yep. And look at that recipe. I don't have two. Oh, I do have 2 dragon eggs. What? Well, I think that's good enough for now. So, easiest way, put one of these in your hand, sneak right click, put in some of your data models, keep it in your inventory, grab the other one, do the same thing. And that'll just let you have a smaller space to contain them. I don't know if they have to be on your hotkey bar or not. I totally forget. Let's put it here. Do some quick experimentation. But nothing's too complicated. You just literally go around, find the mob, kill it, and then if we check this one, top left, you'll see the layout says 5 to go for creepers. You kill enough of them, and you're going to get to self-aware. So I am going to go around and, you know, just take care of some things. So I'll get at least one of these to self-aware. I'm probably just going to go to the end and do Enderman, because why not? Ender pearls are good. And I stopped automating them a while ago, so... And zombies, actually. I need one for blood. Zombies, I think I'm going to use to do blood with. Anyways, I'll be back in a moment. I'm just going to go grind a few of these up. So see you in a moment. Alright, so I did, for now, just Enderman, self-aware, and zombie is self-aware. Once you get them to self-aware, make yourself some trial keys. You're going to need more than one. Probably, actually, maybe not necessarily for this one. But it doesn't matter. They're easy enough. When they're in your inventory and you kill a mob that it can attune to, which is listed there, zombie, enderman, skeleton, witch, spider, slime, and wither skeleton. When you kill it, boom. All the trial keys that are blank will attune to that mob, based off of the level of the card that you have. So if I were to kill a creeper it would be horrible, but if I were to kill a Enderman or a zombie, it would be, you know, self-aware. Which these are. You can stop. Okay, now, unfortunately, Deep Mob Learning disabled the armor, or, well, you know, this mod pack disabled the armor, which is usually what you would use this stuff for, but we need this for other stuff. You can still make the sword. That'll get you some pristine drops. But yeah, there's no armor. So no flight through that. But anyways, if we come back to base, there's an Enderman in the distance there. That's kind of creepy. And a zombie. Okay, I've got some grinders because I am going to cheat this. Because that's how I do it. Forget that. Okay, we got the keystone, so we need an area to set this up in. This has to be, I believe it's 15 by 15. Yeah, you can't get past the barrier stone, dope. Look at them dance. Spinning in circles. It's a disco. Oh, okay, so let me set this up. I'm just gonna do it out of cobble. Sure. 116 plus a wall. And that's good. I'm gonna set it up upstairs in my poor dangerous zone. Where's my sigil? I need to light this place up while I'm here. Because look at that. Horrible. These poor villagers, I'm surprised they're still alive. Anyways, I'll be back in a moment. Let me set up an arena, and then we'll get to the next part. Alright, and we're back. So, the platform has to be 15 by 15, and if you're including a wall, make it 17 by 17. In the middle here, I have these mob grinders. We pick one up. Where'd it go? Here we go. When you place it down, you're going to see this side of it. The side with the skull is the side that kills the mob, so it places facing away from you. And now I totally forget the size of these things, but I think it's something... It should be good enough. It might be like 7 by 7 by default. A default spawn room. So I'm placing them facing away. I was going to put a power cell here, but if I do that... and I place down this, it says it's obstructed because it doesn't like the power cell, which is unfortunate. So I'm going to have to place the power cell underneath. At this point, I really might as well just use the coils. I was hoping to just save some tiny bit of tick space or whatever by using something a little more efficient. But there we go. So I have all these powered. They're facing away. So the idea here is this trial will spawn mobs based off of the key that you're using. In this case, we are doing zombie. But there are other benefits to these keys. So if we look at, I think it's this one. Yeah. Where it says affixes, this will additionally have a chance to spawn glitches, blazes, and baby zombies holding stuff. This one over here. Oh, that's fun. Thunderdome is empowered creepers. Yeah, so make sure you're okay, we're good. Make sure you're in a claim chunk. Okay, so please insert a key. Okay, we'll insert a key. This one will give blazes, so make sure you have... oh, actually, it doesn't matter for me because I'm having a grinder kill it. But if not, make sure you have a blaze card. I have one in this one I made, because you can actually get credit for doing this. So this is one way to level up your stuff. Yeah, there we go. That'll work. I'll just shoot the rest. So this goes in waves. There looks to be 7 waves for this one. And the waves and the opponents are kind of based off of the key that you use. In this case, since we're doing self-aware, we're going to have a little bit extra to fight. Look at all the experience. The grinders. They're not instantaneous, they go off of like a cycle. They do work though. There's a little cooldown between when they activate. And let's see, do we get anything cool? You gotta keep an eye out for the message saying that a glitch has spawned, better take care of it quickly type of thing. We haven't seen one yet. Oh, there's a blaze. My loot hoarder was slain by draconic evolution. Almost there. This is wave 6. Oh, see, there you go. Deal with it before it becomes a problem. They're ranged, but when you kill them, they do drop glitched hearts. So, the idea of doing the trial is we're trying to get those glitch hearts, and you get them at the end, but you can also get them during it. Was killed trying to hurt. Okay. That's because I have thorns on all my armor, but I don't think I've seen that message before. Last wave. Shoot them all. So this isn't terribly difficult. You can get a little overwhelmed if you don't deal with them quickly, but I mean, we've unlocked deep mob learning so late in the game, it doesn't super matter. Usually I go through this a lot quicker. We just couldn't. And there we go. So we got 3. Ooh boy. 3 hearts. Yeah, so if you put in a key, it'll show you what you're going to get. You're going to get pristine matter and glitch hearts based off of the tier of your card. But we've got 3. That should be good enough to move on. So let's get out of here. Ooh, that was close. Not that it actually matters, because I don't take damage from falling. Alright, so these things we have to... This one. Brush glitch heart against some obsidian. Which is why I got confused earlier, because I remembered obsidian being used for something. I'm just going to drop it in the ground. You know what? There. Okay, do we need glitch hearts? If we want a catalyst... No. Forget it. I don't care. Okay, there you go. So, you get 3 of the dust per heart. And then what you would normally do... it doesn't show it here. It'll show it here, though. Normally you would take your fragment, gold, and lapis, throw it in some water, and you'll get the ingots. And then you can make your armor. You can't make the armor in this pack, so... But you can make the sword if you want more pristine matter. It does good damage, too, if you upgrade it. I don't think these are used for anything else. Nope. So I'm just going to leave it as this dust for now, because we're going to need dust for this step right here, which is why we have to get into this. We need 20 of these total, so we need at least 15 dust. That'll get us started. And we're good there. The last bit to cover is going to be these loot fabricators, simulation chamber, and that doohickey, which is new. I want to try this. Let's grab... I don't really have anything to put in there. Oh, you'll notice my health went up. This is a little bit after I stopped the previous one. I put in my perks. If you're curious, I still have 5 to go, but here's my current perk layout. Just going for attack. Well, I went to the middle first. Split up for some basic melee attack for my gun because it's a melee weapon, even though it's ranged. And then I'm going for some health, and I'll probably get this one. Maybe that one. I might go for some armor. I'm not entirely sure where the last 5 are going just yet, but that's where I'm at so far. Alright, let's set these up real quick. we need a simulation chamber. I'm just going to drop them here. They're not staying here. Simulation chamber. Loot fabricator. These things are such a pain to make. Gosh. So I don't know how many of these I will be making in the long run. Let me throw these keys away. I don't need them anymore. And I need a power cell. I don't want to make one, so let me just pull one of my backups. Throw it here. Out. There we go. Okay, so if you have a model, sure, you know what? Skeleton. It needs to be at least basic tier. It cannot be faulty tier. You throw it in here. If you get yourself some polymer clay, I've made a recipe for this already. It is, I'd say cheap, but gold, iron, and lapis adds up in the long run. Though you do get 16. At this point in the game, though, since we're automatically generating all of those resources, it doesn't matter. Alright, so when you put in the clay, it'll run the simulation. The lower the tier, since we're at basic, we have a very low chance to get pristine matter, which is what you're aiming for here. So it says, pristine procurement failed, so there won't be any. However, every time it runs, you will get the matter based off of where the mob is from. For the 3 different types, the overworld, so if you do some of the overworld mobs, one for the nether, blaze ghast, wither skeletons, and then you have the end version, enderman. Ironically, I don't know. I don't get why that's there. Wither is a nether mob, not an end mob, but whatever. Doesn't matter. The only one of these that you absolutely have to do is the Ender Dragon. Ender Dragon, we need the pristine matter for later. The rest of them you don't have to do, but I recommend doing a couple of them. Anyways, when this runs, each time it runs, it will gain data collected. So if you watch, it's at 36. When this finishes, it jumps to 37. Now, that's a slow way of leveling it. It will level it to self-aware eventually. You can also get data from killing, which you've seen, which is 4 times faster in this case. So I recommend killing them if you can. I am not going to waste any more on that because I don't want skeletons. It's just another way to level up your cards and get pristine matter. So I will level up the Ender Dragon in there once I kill it 6 times. The last thing I want to do is head down here and take this apart. We're going to try something a little differently. So give me this, that. Oh, the collector stole it. Give me that too, then. There. Now you can't steal anything. I'm just going to disassemble this. And instead, of course, it took the power cell. Oh, you're such a butt. Couldn't have taken the spawner. It had to take the power cell. Where'd it go? Here it is. Alright, so let's just set this up, see what it looks like, and see if it's actually worth it. I'm just going to drop it right underneath. Sure, it doesn't matter. Output, so you've got power. No linked altar, so I have an altar link. It takes a divination sigil. It's nothing super special, though. I guess we just sneak right click that, and then sneak right click this. Yeah, there we go. And then we'll give it a data model of that. Oh. Oh, look at that. That's cool. So it looks like the runes of sacrifice increase it. Because if I look at here, the highest self-aware is 300. And we're getting more than double that. So I'm going to let this run for a while and actually see if it keeps up with Where's my sigil? Oh, it's in my inventory. Because it should be able to keep up with my essence, and then I'll just have to make sure the tank upstairs fills up pretty decently. But this should be a better way to get blood. Or life essence, whatever you want to call it. Instead of the ritual. So now I don't have to spawn those mobs, now it doesn't have to kill them. Saves frame rate, saves ticks. So, all around better. Anyways, I think that's going to be it. We just needed to get some preparations out of the way, mainly the glitch fragments for the future. You know how to do that. We've tested that out. You've seen a little bit of that. Oh, here. Let's grab pristine matter, just so you can see it. The loot fabricator, when you put in a matter, we're just going to put in one, you can pick what you get. So in this case, I'm going to say, give me some iron. And then any time you pipe anything else in there of the same matter, it'll automatically pick it. So you can use that to automate, say, iron, or gas tiers, or wither skeleton skulls, or ender pearls, but you need a simulation chamber per thing. That's just not a simulation chamber, a loot fabricator, which is the cheaper one. The simulation chamber is the one that does the stupid grinders, so it's a lot harder to automate. But, you know, it is what it is. Anyways, then, yeah, there we go. That's going to be it for this episode. So if you made it this far, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.